Hey guys, so welcome back. So today I'm going to be discussing diets. So I'm going to be discussing just diets in general, fad diets, all these like shakes or pill things you can get, or I'll go into like Weight Watchers, you name it. So I hear a lot, but to be fair, whether that be family, friends, or people in the gym, or people you just get talking to, if people know that you are fitnessy in the industry, you name it, you'll get asked a lot of things, or you'll hear a lot of things. And the amount of people who I know and who I've spoken to who have said, oh, I need to lose a bit of weight, or I need to do this, or I want to do that, and they'll go on a diet, whether that be trying to eat 2-3 meals a day, or restricting, or counting calories, or Weight Watchers, or Slim Fast, the pill things, shake diets, you name it, or carbs are bad for you, so I'm going to eliminate them, or I can't eat fish. How I see it is like, unless for whatever reason you cannot eat a certain food type, whether you're intolerant or allergic or what, there's no need to eliminate it, or unless you really don't like it. But unless you're intolerant, no need to eliminate. And as well, not many people who I've seen, and what has been said to me is, oh, I'm going on a diet for at least 2 weeks or however long, works fine. As soon as they come off it, oh, I've piled back on the pounds, or I need to go on it again because it's not worked. Well, there's a reason why you've probably piled the pounds back on and why it's not worked. And that is because a diet is not sustainable. Like, most people who go on a diet, whether that be, Slim Fast, Weight Watchers, or counting calories or meals, whatever it is, the reason why you are putting it back on is because you are not consistent with it. What's the point? Like, seriously, what is the point on watching a few things for a week or two just to lose a bit of weight and then not continue with it? Like, really, and as well, most of these diets, you are either replacing a meal with a shake or something that really is just full of sugar and crap. Juicing, don't get me wrong, yeah, juicing is good to some extent, like you're getting your vitamins and minerals from your fruit and veg, but I wouldn't just drink that. It's still got sugar in. Your body needs carbs, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. It needs that to survive. And when you're dieting, you are restricting yourself. Whether, whatever diet it is, you are restricting yourself. And your body's not going to like that. Now, I'm not saying, oh, well, you've said this, it must mean I need to go on it for longer and restrict myself. No, I'm not saying that at all. If you decide to eat healthy, like really healthy, for a week or two for a diet, why not stick at it? Why just do it for a week and then go back to eating your pizzas and your shakes and your crap? Or, you've exercised with it and now you've stopped because you're at your ideal weight, and then you've wondered why you've gone back to the original weight, or whatever it may be. If you want it to work, you need to be consistent. Consistency is key. Your body has a level it needs to maintain, and if you're there, mucking about with it, it's not going to know what has hit it. Like, I'm not saying, oh, you need to just have shakes all your life. No. Eat good, proper, balanced meals. Don't see it as a diet. Just start implementing it slowly into your life. And the more you've implemented it, the more it becomes habitual. So that means it'll become habit. You won't even realise you're doing it. And as well, if you realise you do like eating healthy food, you know, why don't you do it? Why don't you give that to your body? Like, how I see it is not how many calories something is, because you could have, say, a cheeseburger and a Caesar salad, and most people think, you know, the burger's going to have more calories compared to a salad, but quite a lot of salads with all the dressings or, you know, healthy meals can have lots more calories and fats and things than a burger. Like, I'm not saying that then healthy food is bad. Don't necessarily see it as the calories, because if you have a really good balanced meal, the good meal could have more calories in than, you know, a Big Mac or something. Now, that's not to say go out and eat lots of Big Macs. It's just seeing the nutritional value of it. So, how I see it, if I want a burger, I'll eat a burger. But most of the time, I'm like, do I really want that? Do I really need it? Probably not. What would my body benefit more from? Do I want a chocolate bar or some strawberries or an apple? You know, and how will you feel after that? And like advertisement nowadays, yes, don't get me wrong, some healthy food is quite expensive compared to cheap food, but you can still do healthy on the cheap, whether that be frozen, you know, fish fingers and frozen peas, or, you know, frozen chicken breasts or something. You can still eat healthy on the cheap. Compared to all the money you're probably going to spend on these shakes or Slim Fast or pills or whatever, half of it, like, do you really know what is in them? Like, I've gone into Holland Barrett, I've looked at them all, half of them, a bit like Medical Excel or whatever names they've put on, or Shake Booty or whatever, like, it has a lot of rubbish written on the back, half of which I don't even know, I've had to look up. But once looked up, it's quite a lot of rubbish that you don't really need, and you're probably going to find that you're bloated for a week and then you're going to be on the toilet a lot, really. Like, our bodies need a balance. They need to maintain that balance. Now, say, we'll probably all find when we hit a certain point in our life, we will stay the same weight for quite a while. That's because our body has maintained that weight and it's comfortable at that weight. That's why if you diet or lose weight or whatever, and you find your weight is fluctuating and it's going back to what it originally was, that's because it wants to be at that weight. It's comfortable. Now, if you want to be able to, you know, say if you did want to lose weight or gain weight, to keep it maintained at that, you need to be consistent. So we need to cut the diets and things. Don't get me wrong, if Weight Watchers and, you know, whatever the other ones are called, have worked for you and you're consistent, you find that's helpful, you know, you feel better for it, fair enough, go for it. But all these things, like, you know, the weak diets, the not eating, the restriction, it's just pointless. You're not going to get anywhere. Or I've seen at times, I don't know how it all works, but like with Weight Watchers or something, you have, it used to be where you have like a certain amount of sins a day, and if you didn't use it, you could then use it. Now, I know people who have, every day they've used up all their sins and bought lots of milkshakes and cookies and stuff. Well, if you're trying to lose weight, what's the point in having all your sins and eating lots of crap for the rest of the day? That defeats the object. Yet again, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because, you know, if you're putting that money in to try and get something out of it and you're wondering why it's not working, well, what I've said is why. It'd be cheaper and more efficient, and you'll see more results just by having a balanced diet. Yeah, if you wanted the odd cheeseburger or a bit of chocolate or a shake, have it. But don't restrict yourself. Just start to think, do I really want it? If you do, have it. If you don't, go for something else. Like, you know, help yourself, help your body. Like, it's not hard. Don't get me wrong, some of it, yeah, the nutritional aspect in the sense of what packaging says, yeah, don't get me wrong, that can be a bit hard. But once you get your head around that, it is fine. And like many people think fish or eggs or things, because they're quite high in fat on the labels, they must be bad for you in fat. Well, yeah, they're high in fat, but it's good fat. Like if you look on the Eat Well plate and you look into it, you know, whether it be on the NHS or wherever, and you start to understand what these food labels mean and what's in food, it will become easier. Like it can take a bit of time to get your head around it, but once you've done that, it's easy. The hardest bit that most people find is being consistent. Don't get me wrong, if you're used to eating a lot of crap and you then suddenly eat quite healthy, for the first 3 days you might be fine. Then you'll hit a point and you'll be like, is this really worth it? I'm really craving this. Don't eliminate. If you want it, have it. Because if you don't have it, you'll want it more. But just think, do you really want it? And if the more consistent you are with things, the easier it will be. Compared to spending however much on shakes and pills or whatever. You know, you do it for a week or two, maybe lose a couple of pounds, and then a week later, you know, you've gained them all back, or you sat on the loo for a while or whatever. You know, is it really worth it? No. Is it going to help your body? No. And I've researched into this, I've looked at journals, and quite a lot of these fad diets, they're not healthy for your body. I mean, you don't need a journal to tell you that, but your body needs to maintain and be consistent with things. If it's not doing that, it will muck up its balance. And what you can find is that if you're really religious with these diets, and you are for a while, it can start to play on your mind a bit, in the sense of good foods, bad foods, I need to restrict this, I need to cut that. It's not healthy. Studies have found that it's linked to disorders, mental health, all sorts. So in the long run, I'm not saying everyone's going to be like that. I'm not saying it's going to affect everyone. You know, things affect people in different ways, but in the long run of it, why do that to yourself? Like, seriously, just be happy and healthy. You know, however long it takes, but just think about what you're putting into your bodies and, you know, what you want to get out of it. And, you know, if you really want something, put the work in. There's no quick fix to weight loss. You know, there's weight gain's quite easy. I think everyone's found that out. But if your aim is for weight loss, there's no quick fix, at least a sustainable quick fix. If you just want it, you know, I've got this coming up, I just want to lose a couple, and then after that I don't really care. Do what, you know, fair enough, you do what you want. But if you want a sustainable and manageable fix where you're going to like the results and you want to see them and keep them, you need to be consistent, and you need to, you know, do what's right for your body and your mind and your health and everything. And, you know, yes, it's been, I don't know if it's really been a bit of a rant, but to me it's important to get it out there, because the amount of people who I've heard and seen who have done these weird diets or see it advertised, do you really know what you're buying and what you're putting into your body? Like, really, do you? Like, awareness needs to be made. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because the more things get sugarcoated, the more in denial, the more, oh, it'll be fine. Well, no, you could harm your body. If you want what's best for your body, you do what was best for it. But that's essentially covered today's topic, really. But yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat things. You're going to get them how they are, because this is the real world. And so many things are, you know, sugar-coated or made out as this and that, when they're, you know, they're not half of what they say they are. yeah, hope this was useful, and if you have any more questions or queries, let me know in the comments. But yeah, see ya.